Hi, this is Suzi Quattro. I hope you're enjoying the show. I've been speaking with Eli Lapid.
Well, I've seen you before on that discotheque floor. You were driving me out of my mind. Oh, but I could have sworn that I saw something more in your eyes. Although you were surrounded by beauty unbounded, your glances intended for me. And though I tried to hide it, I found myself looking to see. So then you took your chances, you made your advances, your touch took my breath away. But when you said hello, are you ready to go? Well, I had just one thing to say. If you can't give me love, honey, that ain't enough. Let me go look for somebody else. If you can't give me feelings with old-fashioned meanings, just stay in love with yourself. You can't give me love, love. If 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 you can't give me Well, you may be the king of this discotheque thing, but honey, I ain't looking for that. What I need is a man, not some so-called aristocrat. Oh, if only you waited, just hesitated, or maybe just asked me to dance. But you really don't know what I don't want to go, and maybe that's why we don't stand a chance. So if you can't give me love, honey, that ain't enough. Let me go look for somebody else. If you can't give me feelings with old-fashioned meanings, just stay in love with yourself. You can't give me love, love. If 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 you can't give me love. Oh, if you can't give me love, honey, that ain't enough. Let me go look for somebody else. And if you can't give me feelings with old-fashioned meanings, then just stay in love with yourself. If you can't give me love, honey, that ain't enough. Let me go look for somebody else. If you can't give me feelings with old-fashioned meanings, then just stay in love with yourself. You can't give me love, love. If 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 you can't give me love, love.
שלום לכם, כאן אלי לפיד, אני מזמין אתכם לשעה עם השירים הנפלאים של סוזי קוואטרו, ואני מאוד שמח לארח אותה על קו הטלפון. היי סוזי.
Hi, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for being with us.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
We started with If You Can't Give Me Love. I think this is your biggest hit in Israel.
Oh, really? I'm surprised at that. Okay.
Yes. We will go from the beginning to these years.
Okay, that's great.
Did you grow up in a musical family?
Yes, I did. Yeah, very much so. My father was a musician all his life, and 5 kids in the family, and we all took various, instruments. And I myself took classical piano and percussion, and I played bass and I played guitar, and yeah, very, very much a musical family.
It was unusual that you played bass.
It was. It was just because when one of my sisters and I started our all-girl band, nobody wanted the bass. So even though I played drums and piano already, I was instructed that I was going to be playing bass. And lucky for me that it was the perfect instrument for me to play. I absolutely fell in love with it.
It was comfortable to play the bass and to sing together?
Yeah, I never even thought about it. And a lot of people ask me that question. Perhaps it's because I learned piano, which is two hands, you know. Also, I played drums, which is your feet going different to your hands. And so I was quite used to doing different things with different parts of my body. So I never even thought 2 seconds about it, singing lead and playing bass. Never even entered my head. It just came very natural.
And you had, in the mid-60s, a band with your sisters.
Yes, we had an all-girl band called the Pleasure Seekers. So when I was 14 in 1964 was when the band began.
And you recorded 2 singles.
2 singles on Mercury Records, and a single before that, a local company called the Hideout label. We had a single on that too. So I think we released 3 sides altogether. You know, we never had a hit, but we did release some singles.
Let's taste Never Thought.
Never Thought You'd Leave Me.
Yes.
Yeah, this is me when I was 14 years old, you know, just learning to play bass and my first lead singing. So yeah, let's hear a bit of that.
Yeah, back to 1964. This is your bass?
That's me.
Jumped up and you're gone, and then you jumped up and you're gone. You cheated, you lied, you put the hurt on me. You really, really did me wrong. Now that I see what you done to me, I just sit here by the phone, sitting here by the phone.
I think in the early 70s, Mickey Most saw you performing.
He did. I was, the Pleasure Seekers had changed to another all-girl band called Cradle. My younger sister came in. So we had 3 sisters. We had 4 sisters at one time, then 3 sisters. And it was at this point that Mickey Most came to Detroit and saw the band at a show, and he offered me a solo contract, which I took.
I think your model in the early childhood was Elvis Presley.
Yes, I saw him at the age of 6 on television, and from that age, I had the instinct that I was going to be like him. And it sounds crazy because I was so young, but that is exactly how it happened.
And today is the 16th of August, exactly 39 years from his death.
Yes, and the day that he died was the day that I was in California, and I took a phone call from Happy Days people, you know, the TV show, and they told me I had auditioned for this part, and they said, "You've got the part." And at the exact same minute, the TV came on saying Elvis was dead. So it was very, and my whole life has had a lot of coincidence like this.
Uh-huh.
If you read my book, you know they're all in there.
Yeah. You recorded some Elvis songs. What do you prefer to play?
All Shook Up was one of my favorites, but I haven't recorded it, but I'd like to record Love Me Tender. That's one of my favorite Elvis songs. And the song I first saw him do was Don't Be Cruel, and I haven't recorded that yet either.
You recorded also Heartbreak Hotel and...
I did. And Trouble. And Fever, the way he did it, and Jailhouse Rock, just on a live album, that one. Yeah, I've done quite a lot of his stuff.
Let's go back to Mickey Mouse. Your first song that you recorded was a Rolling Stone. It was a minor hit.
Well, we always laugh about it because it went to #1, but only in Portugal.
Yeah.
But it's a good song, you know.
Yes, because there are many famous artists that played there. Peter Frampton and Alan White.
Yeah. Peter Frampton, Alan White, Big Jim Sullivan. He was Tom Jones's guitar player.
Yes.
Who else? Errol Brown from Hot Chocolate. He sang the backing vocals with me.
Ah, okay. The next single was Can the Can. It was number one. It topped the charts.
Yeah, it went number one to a lot of places. It sold 2.5 million records, just that one song, which is a lot.
Yes, and what is Can the Can?
It's an American phrase. When you put something away for safekeeping, you say, can it?
How can you explain that you had a success more in Britain than your home country?
I was based in the UK at that point, so I was here, you know. Maybe America wasn't quite ready, you know, for the girl in the leather playing the bass guitar. But I did tour there all the time. And also another thing was that Mickey Mouse kept changing record labels, which wasn't good. He kept changing record labels in America. Every time he put a new record out, he changed it to another company, which didn't really help, you know. But I sold a lot of albums there, did a lot of successful tours, and of course made my name big time in Happy Days as Leather Tuscadero, and then I had a million seller there with Stumbling In.
And the next one was 48 Crash, also reached the top 3 in Britain.
Yeah, that was another big one, yep. And that one probably is one of the most favorite songs in Germany.
Uh-huh.
They like that one a lot.
Can you say something about your relationship with the songwriters Chin and Chapman?
I'm still very close with Mike Chapman. We have never stopped working together. He executive produced my Back to the Drive album. Andy Scott produced that. And he produced my last big studio album, In the Spotlight.
Yes.
And, we see each other all the time. We're still very good friends.
Uh-huh. These writers made the change in your career.
I don't know. You can't. It's a combination of many things. I mean, Mickey most signed me as a singer, songwriter, musician. So I was writing songs all the time. And if you look at the albums through the years, the majority of the album tracks are all mine. But then it came to a situation where Mickey signed these two guys, and he thought, because what they were great at was the single. That's what their expertise was, commercial single. And Mickey asked them if they would like to try to write me a hit. They actually came to the show to see the band, because, we hadn't had success yet. I had my band together at that point. They came to the show, and they heard all my original stuff and saw what I was doing and could feel what I was doing. And they went away and wrote Can to Can. So it's very much written as I was, as I am,
Yes, surely, because they wrote different songs to the band, for example, Sweet and Mud.
Oh, yeah, that was totally different stuff. They never gave me anything that wasn't written for me.
Yes.
It wasn't like, here's a few songs, which do you like? They said, here's the song for you. And they wrote it for me. It was a very personalized thing, as you can probably tell when you hear it. And so much so, that we sometimes, Mike and I would get confused in the studio, we both would. I'd forget who wrote what song.
Mm-hmm.
I'd think it was mine and he'd think it was his, So we got along good. It was a good situation.
Another number one was Devil Gate Drive.
Yes, that was a good song. That's one of my personal favorites.
Uh-huh.
I think it captured that elusive quality of a live recording. It wasn't live, but it felt live.
Hey, y'all want to go down to Devil Gate Drive? Yeah! Let's
go! Welcome to the dive.
When
that period was the glam rock in Britain.
Yeah, but I'm not glam rock whatsoever. Never have been. You know, I don't know why anybody ever calls me that. I was the opposite of glam rock, you know. I mean, I didn't have any makeup on. I didn't have the crazy clothes. I just had a plain black jumpsuit. So I was rock and roll, but because I was in that era, I get tarred with that brush, but I never was glam rock then, and I'm not glam rock now. I'm rock and roll.
But you wear a leather suit and leather pants.
Yeah, sure, that's not glam. That's rock and roll.
Uh-huh.
That's about as rock and roll as they come. That's, you know, I got that from Elvis Presley. The glam people don't wear leather. They wear sequins and frills and platform gold boots and, you know, and I didn't wear any of that. And the men had more makeup on than I did. I was never glam, not my sound and not my look.
You were a model for many female singers after you.
Yes. I said that would happen because I was the first, not the first ever female musician, of course not, but I was the first one to have chart success around the world as a female rock and roll singer musician, the first one ever. So after that, it became easier for people, you know, easier for the women to break through in that way. I gave women permission to be in rock and roll, and I'm very proud of that, and somebody had to do it, and I did it.
All my life I wanted to be somebody, and here I am. I know what I've got, and there ain't nobody gonna take it away from me. So let me tell you what I am. I'm a red hot fox, I can take the knocks. I'm a hammer from hell, honey, can't you tell? I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. I'm a touched up freak on a winning streak. I'm gonna own this town, you can't hold me down. I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. Well, it ain't no use, turn me loose. More, I can't keep still. I've got my head screwed on, and the days are gone when you kept me down and you pushed me round. I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. I'm a blue-eyed bitch and I wanna get rich. Get out of my way, 'cause I'm here to stay. I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. Well, it ain't no use, turn me loose. More, I can't keep still. Well, it ain't no use, turn me loose. More, I can't keep still. I'm a red hot fox, I can take the knocks. I'm a hammer from hell, honey, can't you tell? I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. I'm a touched up freak on a winning streak. I'm gonna own this town, you can't hold me down. I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. The wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one. I'm the wild one. Yes, I'm the wild one.
Of course, Chin and Chapman wrote for Smokey. How did you meet Chris Norman?
Well, I mean, wasn't a question of how did I meet him. We were with the same songwriter producers and with the same record company. So, you know, you see, and it was like a small family, Records. You see everybody all the time. We've all known each other for a long, long time. This just happened by accident because there was an award show, and Mike Chapman was there, Smokey was there, my band was there, and there was a private party after the award show in Germany.
Yeah.
And I felt like jamming because I love to jam. I like to jump up at places and just play, you know. And nobody would get up with me. There was a lot of famous people there, and nobody would get up with me. And finally, I just grabbed Chris and I said, "Come on!" And up we went on the stage, and we started singing and playing together. And Mike Chapman thought, when he saw us, he thought, "Oh, that looks good and sounds good." So he went away that very night. We were in the studio, my band, in Cologne. And he went away that night and wrote Stumbling In. Great song. That is one of the evergreens around the world. That's a really good song.
Yeah, it also had a success in the U.S.
Yeah, it was a million seller there. Big hit. Stayed at number 4 for a long time. Big hit.
Our love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you know these reckless thoughts of mine are following you. I'm falling for you, whatever you do, 'cause baby, you've shown me so many things that I never knew. Whatever it takes, baby, I'll do it for you. Our love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. You were so young, oh, and I was so free. I may have been young, but baby, that's not what I wanted to be. Well, you were the one. Oh, why was it me? 'Cause baby, you showed me so many things that I never see. Whatever you need, baby, you got it for me. Our love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. Stumbling in, stumbling in, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Ah, stumbling in, stumbling in. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. Oh, stumbling in, I'm stumbling in. Foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Oh, stumbling in, ah, stumbling in. I'm stumbling in. We were stumbling in. Now and then, firelight.
That's the guitar of Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out right riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one, but I know that you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. You know the queen of hearts is always your best bet. Now it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can get. Desperado, oh, you ain't getting no younger. Your pain and your hunger, they're driving you home. And freedom, oh, freedom, well, that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Well, don't your feet get cold in the wintertime? The sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. It's hard to tell the nighttime from the day. You're losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Oh, it goes away. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fences. Open the gate. It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. You better let somebody love you before it's too late. Before it's too late.
Jeff was also an artist that signed in Mickey Mouse.
Yes, yeah, Mickey produced him way back when. In fact, when Mickey came to Detroit and he came to see my all-girl band Cradle, Jeff Beck was actually with him on that trip because they were going to Motown. Jeff Beck, Cozy Powell, and Mickey, and they all came to the show. Mm-hmm. So we go back a long way, Jeff. He remembers that day like it was yesterday, you know. And this particular song is on my box set, The Girl from Detroit City, the 4-CD box set that I'm very proud of. For my 50 years in the business, it's now 52 years in the business. And a friend of mine, Vicky, from the Runaways, she was one of the bass players in the group, she told me to go ahead and she wanted to film, you know, it's on YouTube, you can see it. She said, go ahead and do whatever song is your very favorite song, just with you, voice and piano. So I went and did Desperado, which I love. And then when I got back, I called Jeff and I said, would you play some guitar on it for me, which I'm really honored that he did. And he did a beautiful job on it.
Let's talk about your last album.
Yeah.
We will hear Streak Machine.
Strict Machine.
Yes.
This is from In the Spotlight.
Yes.
Yeah. Mike Chapman gave me various things that he thought I should record because he's very good at covers, and we have a tradition. Whenever I record with Mike Chapman, we have a tradition that I do 2 covers, you know. So this was one of the ones that he suggested.
Yes. You sing Can the Can in the middle.
I know. And why not? Because it's so much like Can the Can, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
And I noticed it. I said to Mike, come on, I want to be a little bit cheeky here. So he said, go ahead, do it.
I get high, I'm buzzed in a rush when I'm plugged in you.
besides singing, you're also acting
Yes.
and host radio shows?
I've had my own radio show on BBC Radio 2 since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
I was nominated for Broadcaster of the Year. I've got an ongoing series on the radio called Quattro, which I love. I just had a poetry book published worldwide called Through My Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's on. It's poetry and reminiscence. It's on New Haven Publishing. You can get it everywhere now. Of course, my autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
I have a one-woman show called Unzipped, which I hope to take on the road. I've done that on the BBC too. I'm a writer. I'm an artist. I'm an actress and a writer and a singer and a musician, and I do everything that's called entertainment.
And also you did Happy Days.
Happy Days, yeah, that was my first acting job. That was in 1977.
Uh-huh.
It went over 3 years, which was just great. I found out from the lady that used to do the fan mail, last time I went back and said hello to everybody, she said to me that I had the second amount of fan mail after Henry Winkler, the Fonz, which I was very surprised about, but it was a nice compliment.
Uh-huh. I like the name Quadrophonic.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Quattrophonic, that's me. And that's my favorite radio series so far. It's a different theme every week, and people are loving it.
You've never been in Israel?
No. You know, every now and again we get an offer to go there. It doesn't seem to happen. I'd love to come.
I think you should.
Yeah. Like I said, every now and again something comes up on the email. We try to go down the road, and then it doesn't happen. I don't know why. But I would love to come. Yes, I would.
Suzy, I'd like to thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
Hope to see you soon in Israel.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
ואנחנו נוסיף עוד שיר אחד לסיום, מאלבום שעשו יחד, סוזי קוואטרו, אנדי סקוט הגיטריסט של סוויט, ודון פאול המתופף של סלייד, והם מבצעים יחד קאבר נוסף של אלוויס פרסלי, ליטל סיסטר.
Once or twice, they say it's very nice, and then you're wrong. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister done. Well, I dated your big sister and took her to a show. I went for some candy, along came the dandy, and they stuck right out the door. Sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? They say it's very nice, and then you're wrong. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? Every time I see your sister, well, she's got somebody new. She's mean and she's evil, like that old weaver. I guess I'll try my luck with you. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? They say it's very nice, and then you're wrong. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister done. Well, I used to pull your pigtails and pinch your turned up nose, but you've been growing, and baby, it's been showing from your head down to your toes. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? They say it's very nice, and then you're wrong. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? Yeah, a little sister, don't you do what your big sister sister done? Little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? Little sister, don't you do what your big sister done?